Good morning, McLaren. Have you ever heard the phrase, one man's trash is another man's treasure? Today I'm going to share with you several trash treasure stories. During the summer of 2012, I got to spend a couple of months in Uganda working with orphan children who had become part of the New Hope family. From 1981 until 1986, Uganda had a brutal civil war that left thousands of children orphaned and hopeless. It was a man named Joseph Kony who established and led the Lord Resistance Army, the LRA. This was essentially a rebel, murderous cult that had been fighting the Ugandan government and terrorizing civilians. For approximately the next 20 years, the LRA captured and enslaved more than 22,000 children. Most of them were under 13 years old. They were forced to become guerrilla soldiers. These children both witnessed and were forced to participate in acts of violence, and most of them were forced to commit atrocities like killing members of their family and other people in their community. They also were forced to cause general and social unrest. One of the most significant and lasting results was a huge number of children that no longer had anyone to care for them. They were outcasts of society. They had no place to go, and they also did not know how to function in a peaceful society. New Hope was founded to become a home and a family for such children. New Hope has beautiful grounds. The Enterprise Farm, shown here, boasts acres of beautiful trees, plants, and fisheries. It's where much of the produce consumed by New Hope is grown. The children attend one of the better schools in the country. You're looking at a classroom. Their science labs are actually better stocked than those at McLaren. I lived in this little house where we had electricity about half of the time and water whenever we were able to collect it during monsoon rains or when we pumped it and then hauled it home and managed to get it up into the holding tank. Our house had a small stove and an oven, a luxury that most will never know, as these are the stoves they had to cook on. Most evenings were spent around the dining room table with only flashlights and candles, tutoring small groups of kids in math and chemistry. The children at New Hope welcomed every visitor, instantly engaging you in conversation, asking you to join in their sand volleyball team, asking you to test them and make sure they're adequately prepared for their exams, and just wanting to be near people. Although there were many special children, 3 have left a lifelong impression on me: Jessica, Annette, and Charles. Charles is the boy that you see on the left. Charles was an older teenage boy. He was a former Coney soldier. He had a past more painful than I can imagine. He enjoyed walking us home, and he was always eager to sit and talk for extended periods of time. However, his favorite task was hauling water for us, something that we couldn't have been more grateful for. One day, the conversation focused on what Charles wanted to do with his life. Without any hesitation, he said he wanted to be a chef, a baker chef. Naturally, the next question I asked him, "What's your favorite thing to bake?" But to my surprise, Charles had never baked anything in his life. Curiously, I asked him how he knew he wanted to be a baker if he had never even tried it. His response, that was everyone loved baked things. They make people happy. They are good, desirable, and beautiful. And that is what I want my life to be. A few days later, I was able to help Charles bake his first cake. Our kitchen had a variety of mismatched dishes and silverware, a wooden spoon with a handle that had broken off probably at least 10 years before, one measuring cup, and a few other odds and ends. Using an assortment of recycled glass jars, drinking cups, and the single measuring cup, we helped Charles approximately measure out the ingredients for his cake. He touched every ingredient. He studied the batter after the addition of each ingredient. He cracked his first egg, and then went fishing for the chunks of shell that had fallen in the bowl, and he sat there mesmerized, remarking, "This is what I'm going to do with my life. This is what I can become." Charles's first cake was nothing special to look at, but it was the first step of a new beginning for him, a bright future, the beginning of a dream being fulfilled. He was so proud of his cake. That broken wooden spoon that would have been thrown out if it could have easily been replaced was one of the most useful tools we had in our kitchen. It was used every day. It was something we were very grateful to have. This broken wooden spoon also played a crucial role in helping a boy with a horrific past take his first steps towards achieving his goal, adding beauty to this world. Thailand is a country known for peace-loving people, beautiful beaches, floating markets and villages, its grand palaces, ancient ruins, and its golden embossed wats, or temples. The Wat has played a significant role in Thai society. Not only is it a religious center, but many schools are located within Wats. Historically, the monks were the ones responsible for education. It's a place for social gatherings. Traditional dances are presented in the Wats, and the pagoda, or the spire, surrounds artwork, statues, and Buddhist sacred relics. There are approximately 40,000 awe-inspiring Wats in Thailand, many boasting intricate structures gilded in gleaming gold. Nestled up along the bank of the Chao Phraya River in Bangkok is Wat Arun, the Temple of the Dawn, a temple that's considered to be one of the most beautiful in Thailand. From a distance, Wat Arun looks white because unlike most of the Wats, it's not covered in gold. Once you get close enough, you can see that the 80-meter high prong, or spire, is covered in over 1 million broken ceramic and porcelain pieces that have been dumped in the port of Bangkok by Chinese trading ships and by a British shipwreck. These broken bits of dishes, some as small as a fingernail, others half plates, chipped teacups, and vases, have been crafted into ornate flowers, dragons, and guardians. When light shines on this temple, there's a glittering effect thanks to what had once been discarded trash that was given a new and beautiful purpose. At night, the temple looks like it is gilded in gold. One more story. In the 15th century, in Japan, Shogun Ashikaga Yoshimasa, a hereditary military leader, broke his favorite tea bowl. He loved this tea bowl so much that he sent it to China for repair. But when it came back, he was disappointed. They had stapled it back together with metal staples. Still not giving up hope that his bowl could be repaired, Yoshimasa recruited a local craftsman to find a solution. This craftsman filled the crack with a special tree sap, lacquer dusted with powdered gold. This was the beginning of a new art form called kintsugi. Kintsugi means golden repair and has now been used for over 400 years. It's a pottery repair method that honors an artifact's unique history by emphasizing, not hiding its break, which has made it more unique, beautiful, and resilient. Things that have broken become more valuable than they originally were. As we approach the 1 year mark, where isolation, quarantine, masks, Zoom, and COVID have become part of our regular vocabulary reality, is anyone feeling a little bit broken? Have you lost anything? Perhaps an important person in your life, an experience, perhaps even a physical thing. I think it's pretty safe to say that we can all easily name at least one thing without giving it much thought. I personally have a lot of new crafts from this past year, a brokenness that can either be wasted or that can serve to let light shine through those painfully earned cracks. I've come to recognize that it's through the words we speak, through the forgiveness we offer, through how we engage those around us, that we get to decide how much goodness and beauty we share, how much of our light we allow to shine in the darkness that surrounds us. Our experience over this past year have forced us to be resourceful, persistent, and resilient by practicing gratitude, caring for and serving others, and by respecting what is damaged, scarred, vulnerable, and imperfect in ourselves and in those around us. We can recognize our full potential, our potential to find good, true, and beautiful, even in difficult times. Use your broken wooden spoon to start achieving your goals and your dreams. Pick up those broken pieces and put them back together in such a way that you allow the beauty of your life and this world to be seen. Thank you. Have a good day.